two incredibly different, underrated zombie movies you might have missed. Up first, Maggie, starring the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's dive in and enjoy.
In a world devastated by a relentless virus, humanity teeters on the edge of collapse. The infected don't change all at once. They unravel slowly, their humanity slipping away piece by piece. Wade Vogel is a father driven by love and desperation. When his teenage daughter Maggie runs away, terrified of the danger her infection poses to those she loves, Wade embarks on a harrowing search. His journey leads him to a grim quarantine facility, where the infected are left to waste away in cruel, dehumanizing conditions. Unwilling to let Maggie face such a fate, Wade brings her home, determined to stay by her side and care for her, no matter how it ends. Maggie clings to a fragile sense of normalcy, even as the virus steadily eats away at her. She spends quiet moments with her stepmother, Caroline, and her two younger siblings, cherishing what little time they have left as a family. But as the signs of her transformation grow more apparent, Caroline makes the heartbreaking choice to send the younger children away, protecting them from the dangers that now live under their roof. Outside their home, fear continues to spread. The local authorities grow impatient, and uneasy neighbors demand that Maggie be returned to quarantine. But Wade refuses. The thought of his daughter dying alone in a sterile, indifferent facility is unbearable. Driven by love and a fierce resolve, he stands his ground, determined to preserve Maggie's humanity and dignity for as long as he can, even as the virus continues its slow, cruel march. A visit to a friend in the later stages of infection forces her to confront the grim future that awaits her. The horror of what's to come is inescapable, but even as her sense of self begins to slip away, she finds solace in her father's unwavering love. His presence grounds her, a steady anchor in a world that's slowly falling apart. As the final stage of the infection approaches, Maggie feels herself slipping away. The virus is taking more than just her body, it's stealing who she is. Afraid of what she might become, and not wanting to put her father in danger, she makes a painful decision. In the early light of dawn, as the sky begins to glow with soft colors, Maggie quietly climbs to the roof of their home. The morning is calm, the air cool and still. Everything feels peaceful, like the world is holding its breath. There, surrounded by the beauty of a new day she knows she won't live to see, Maggie takes control of her fate. With quiet courage, she ends her life, choosing to go while she still remembers who she is. In doing so, she protects her father from the heartbreak of watching her become someone else, giving him a final gift, the memory of his daughter, unchanged.
Before we dive into the next movie, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up next. Our second movie, It Stains the Sands Red, offers a fresh take on the zombie genre, highlighted by Brittany Allen's standout performance.
During a zombie apocalypse, Las Vegas residents Molly and Nick head for a remote airfield, hoping to meet friends and escape the country by plane. But their plan hits a snag when their car gets stuck in the sand. As they try to figure out what to do, a lone zombie appears. Nick attempts to shoot it but misses, forcing them to take shelter in the car as the zombie claws at the doors and windows. They wait, hoping it will wander off. When it finally vanishes from sight, they seize the chance to retrieve Nick's dropped phone, crucial for contacting Jimmy at the airfield. But just as they make their move, the zombie reappears and kills Nick. With no time to grieve, Molly flees into the desert alone, the slow but relentless zombie in pursuit. As Molly continues her trek through the desert, she comes across an abandoned house and ducks inside to hide. The zombie follows, but she manages to slip away unnoticed. Realizing it's too slow to catch her as long as she keeps moving, she starts taunting and talking to it, even naming it Smalls. Along the way, she reveals that she was only using Nick to get to Mexico. Later, a sudden sandstorm sweeps through the desert. Molly runs, trying to outrun it, but the storm catches her and knocks her unconscious. When she comes to, she's lying in the sand. Two men, Ted and Jason, have found her. They offer her water and help her to their truck to rest while they search the area for her lost bag. At first, they seem helpful, but Molly quickly grows uneasy. She notices the truck doesn't belong to them. There's a family photo on the dashboard, and Jason is wearing a child's baseball cap. Her suspicion deepens, and when she tries to leave, the men turn aggressive, demanding she tell them where the airfield is. Scared and outnumbered, she gives in. Ted then tries to assault her, but just in time, Smalls appears, having tracked her across the desert, and kills Ted. Jason panics and speeds off in the stolen truck, leaving Molly behind once more. Molly and Smalls continue their journey on foot. Molly sets some ground rules, chief among them Smalls must not bite her, which he seems to understand. That night, she shares a story about her son, Chase, and how they use tin can telephones to communicate. She still carries her can as a reminder of him. The next day, while on the road, they encounter a group of soldiers. Molly quickly hides Smalls and tells the soldiers she's headed to the airfield. Just as the soldiers are about to leave, Smalls emerges from his hiding spot. The soldiers immediately try to eliminate him, but Molly pleads with them not to hurt him. Though the soldiers initially relent and begin to walk away, one of them suddenly shoots Smalls in the leg. In the chaos, Smalls accidentally bites Molly's finger.
What the fuck, Smalls?
To stop the infection, Molly amputates her finger with a rock. Despite her injury, she puts Smalls in a raft with their supplies and pulls him along the road. When Smalls becomes too weak to continue, Molly tearfully kills him with a rock. Searching his wallet, she finds an ID and realizes he was once an ordinary man, possibly with a family. Molly finally reaches the airfield, where she finds Jimmy, Nick's friend. Paranoid and high on cocaine, Jimmy tells her that he has imprisoned some of his own crew, believing they are all infected. Together, they manage to prepare the plane for takeoff. But at the last moment, Molly decides not to leave. She calls her sister, Allie, and to her surprise, Chase answers the phone. He had been staying with Allie and her husband and has been hiding alone at their house for days. Determined to save her son, Molly fights off Jimmy's infected crew, grabs the keys to a convertible, and races back to Las Vegas. The suburb is in ruins, and Allie and her husband are dead. Molly searches the house and finally finds Chase, alive and unharmed. At last, mother and son are reunited. Molly promises never to leave him again and vows to protect him no matter what.
If you loved this recap, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more free movie recaps. Got a movie in mind that you want us to break down? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.